Hi everyone, welcome. Today we have a queen level study. In this particular queen level study, not a queen level study. Hi everyone, welcome. Today we have a queen game study. We'll be studying Pheylop, who is the current world 500 player playing a queen level game. What we'll be looking for is his decisions, his leveling, his spending, and his choices. Pheylop is playing an account over here. Let's see where's Pheylop. Pheylop's playing an account of 2130. He has a higher account in Queen 450, I believe. Let's see what he does. He started with a task. He did lock because he's got 2 tasks and a warrior. Let's see which warrior he picks, and it's likely he'll go into warriors with the 2 tasks. To start things off, I think beast warriors are quite strong in the current meta for the speed of game, for the transition into purple warriors, and also for the dominating mid-game performance. What we're looking at over here is multiple players going goblins in the early game, which is to be expected. We want to see if the players play hunters, if players play gods, if there's any mages, knights, and also assassins. I want to see which unit Pheylop takes. It's likely to take the axe. Oh, did you guys see that? He took the enchantress. I was a little puzzled. I was like, what? Oh, what is he doing? He's fixing things. So why did he take the enchantress? Is for the beast energy. The reason he didn't take the axe was maybe he didn't think the axe was necessary because he planned to go into purple warriors, but maybe there's another thing. Let's have a look. But having the beast energy right at the start means he'll do additional damage. It's likely he'll have the lead once he finds a 2-star task. We do have Tiba saying, what is your opinion on warrior troll versus knight troll and necro? My opinion is I believe knight troll is more versatile because the knights can counter the mages, while warrior trolls do have a downside against mages until they find the Medusa and Naga. So basically the starter and the Medusa. The knight trolls are more RNG oriented simply because having the knights can block most of the magic damage with the super armor. The downside is because of the heavy RNG, the knights might not be able to block it. In my preference, I like units composition that can defend against most lineup, but the warriors do have a downside against mages. Pheylop's looking around. He found goblins, he found knights, assassins perhaps, goblins, elves, and hunters. Knights again, trolls and knights, goblins again. So, a few of the regulars, but what's great for Pheylop is there's not many warriors. Except the hunter that might go with Hawkman warriors, there isn't that many people contesting for the warriors. Pheylop does have better RNG than me already. If he gets 1 more, no, he's on par with my item RNG, but little better. Usually I got 2 items in multiple games. In the queen level games where I actually got no items. Interesting. The decision to take the enchantress did not pay off for us over here, because we could have a 2-star mask or 2-star axe, or maybe 2 axe. Of course, this is the postmodern decisions. If we knew earlier, maybe he found multiple enchantresses as well. What I want to see is, does he give anyone the Blightstone? Usually I prefer this to be our range unit. Let's see if that's the case. 3 warriors, and especially those 3 weaker warriors at the start, usually will lose to almost any lineup. Because not only they don't do burst damage, they also are only 1-star units. Oh, that mask is tanking a bit though. It's only 1-star mask. That barrier is going to stack everywhere. And what's going to happen after he stacks is he's going to do amplified damage, massive damage to them. That Shadow Shaman is quite strong at this stage of the game as well. And there it goes. Pheylop did lose the first run. Let's see if he goes into a losing streak or what is his plan for the mid game. He's buying Crystal Maiden. Maybe he wants to go with Gods Mage as well. He found an axe. He also found an anti-mage. He's like us, we love pairs. Right now the game's offering him all the pairs in the world. How many pairs does he have? He's got a mask, task, anti-mage, and axe. Also, the enchantress can be a pair if he finds the druid. I would think he put down anti-mage because not only is offensive and also defensive. Oh, he bought a pack. What that means is it's likely he wants to go into Gods Mages maybe. Let's have a look. So right now he's got a pack, the Crystal Maiden. He just needs the Eraser to go into Gods Mages. The downside is he's only got 1-star units. We do see that he's reluctant to give units the Blightstorm because maybe he's same as me, he wants to put them on a range unit. Usually on the range unit is better, range unit do survive longer to continuously debuff an enemy, also range unit can always be hitting an enemy. It's top row Pheylop. Top row will be a task for sure, and also anti-mage. Let's see if Pheylop starts a losing streak here. Is he gonna force one or he just curve into one? He's not forcing one. Second thing is, does he level up here? If he levels up here, he wants to push further. He's not leveling here. He's thinking of the pack and the Tinker. I'm not sure if he wants the Tinker, but he's not leveling here because he's got a losing streak. He's also questioning about his units, I believe. He's still comparing. The warriors are the mages. The gods can be a little bait for us sometimes. Sometimes we're going to gods. It turns out there's other people that's going for mages as well, and just take all the mages away from us. Notice here, the anti-mage was defensive because he countered the Chaos Knight's pure damage. And after that, the Pure Knight can't gain enough mana from his pure damage as well. Unfortunately, it's a goblin with multiple Chaos Knight and quite strong. He sold a few units. He sold the pack as well. He was counting gold. So he's going to go into a losing streak, I believe. Level 4, he's not leveling up. Usually at this stage of the game, if you realize you're quite weak, you're happy to sell off a few units to go into a losing streak. Because if you're stuck in the middle, you might win some, you might lose some, and then it gets too difficult for you. Oh, I double clicked over there. Let's have a look. He found not that many top rows, in my opinion, because what he wants to do is to match one of his 3 pairs. He puts down as a mass, and there isn't that much difference. And maybe even the Juggernaut. Let's see, why did he take back the anti-mage? One of the reasons I think he took back the anti-mage is to allow him to sell the anti-mage and enchantress here. Because right now his main focus is the losing streak. If you're running a losing streak, guys, you definitely don't want additional potential. You just want the core units, and here the core units will be warriors for him. Let's see if he sells anti-mage, if he loses here, because it's very likely he loses with those units. Hey, thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, Miha, for the follow. Welcome, welcome, my friend. Let's look over here. Is Pheylop going to sell? This is the thing we want to look. He is selling, I hope. Yes, he's selling. That's why he took back an anti-mage. He planned to sell. Because when you're running a losing streak, you want to focus on gold. You only keep the cushion units. Anti-mage is not a core warrior unit. It's a great unit to top row in. Now, the second question is he going to sell the mass? Because once you get into the selling streak, you might sell more units. I think it's a personal preference if you sell the mass here or not. Personally, I might keep the mass because I want more units on the board to be killing a few enemies. Maybe he'll do something different. He's looking at the mass, right? He's looking at them. He's keeping them. If he keeps them, he's going to buy multiple units here. Or maybe I don't think he will win here. So buying is the better option. Yes, he bought units. So this is a very nice demonstration of a queen level losing streak. The decision behind here is you want to focus on economy, you want to focus on losing, gaining gold, you want to try to kill a few units, and also you want to keep the core units only. What are the core units? Is the lineup you plan to go into the mid game. Here the core units are warriors. 2 things I want to see is Pheylop levels up after he gets enough gold. When does he start rolling? So Infinite Math, I know 769 because of the overlay. When I was changing things with the overlay, it's like math looping into math as well. Round 9. Pheylop is 4/5 right now. He did buy a few units and he's changing his lineup. I think he's planning to sell the mass here. Oh, there you go. He put down the op effect item, which is the debuff item, the Bloodstone, or the Venomancer, which is a range unit. This is what I like to do as well. He did wait for a while. He's gonna sell the Witch Doctor. Yeah, I was gonna say he needs the 30 gold. This is the key here. Now looking at his unit lineup, he bought the Venom, and that is a crucial indication. Maybe he's going into Beast. He's got a 2-star task to back him up. He did kill a few more units. If I were him, I'd be okay with this one. I mean, not great in terms of losing, but great in terms of keeping a losing streak and killing a few more units. Let's look at the difference in terms of gold and everything. Everyone's basically on 1, 10, 20, Pheylop's on 30 gold. But in comparison, it's about 20 HP difference. 20 HP lower than enemy. This is the first thing I was going to say. Can Pheylop defeat the round 10 units? What he wants to do, he wants to have the Tusk tanking and Warriors tanking. The Shadow Thing and the Venomancer can be the major damage dealer, and then he wants to follow up with the Venomancer words. He's like, take off, Tusk. He has to survive, buddy. What Pheylop might be looking at, he sends Warlock as well. He can go Warlocks with Warriors, which could work greatly in the mid game. Because if you're running a losing streak, you want a strong mid game lineup, which is the Trolls and Knights with Dragons, maybe, usually the Mages, and also the Beast and Warriors. Back then was Elves because they're quite strong as well. We do see him putting the mana regen items on the Venomancer. And what that means is he really favors the mana regen for the Venomancer. In case you guys didn't know, the Warlocks do regenerate double the mana, so Venomancer having this crown is double effective as normal units. Venomancer will gain 50. Venomancer will deal 50 damage and gain 20 mana for that, but with the crown he will be gaining 30 mana if he deals 50 damage. I won't be surprised if he also gives more items to the Venomancer, even damage items, for him to be dealing 50 damage. This particular positioning is like the T positioning, the tanks, the casters, and the most important unit. Venom actually jumped forward because he's so smart. But not enough though. Assassin's gonna dig into him. I think this is one of the win streak assassins as well. That's a 2-star Vendant, 2-star Bounty. And we can see in Pheylop's expression that he's not happy about this. Because that's a massive loss. With the losing streak he's going, it's likely he'll lose multiple times if he keeps facing strong win streak leaders. Pheylop needs to maintain the losing streak for 3 more rounds to be ideal or superb with the economy, but the downside is if he maintains that for too long, it's likely he'll lose too much. Oh, he sold the mask, as you can see. He sells the timbers as well. He's fully committed into the Warlocks as well, I believe. With the Shadow Thing pickup, he just needs 1 more Warlock. Now we do have a question. Game Guru says, why is that I win every game until rank up game being worst unit roll and literally no items? That does happen to the best of us, my friend. It's sometimes just the game RNG. This is crucial why we want to study the win streak strategy. We want to study the strategy. What happens when things don't go well? I don't think Pheylop got the best rolls of items, and he's not in the best position at the start of the game. He's on 44% health, 50 gold, level 5 at round 12. That's not where you want to be. In comparison, I think he would love to be on the top position, but the difference, he is better than the bottom 4 player. He is better in terms of economy. So it's about his decision making and what units can roll right now. Notice round 13 is the uncurved leveling curve, so people do tend to level to 7 or 6 over here. We see 7. We also see a laundry pickup. The laundry is going to be awkward. I think Pheylop will still buy the laundry, I believe. How is he going to sell units for 50 gold? He bought the laundry. He's still counting his gold, I believe. Oh, he sold a task. Interesting. He wants the mana for sure. I'm not sure why he wants the Windrunner though. Keeping the task might means he can go deeper with the warriors. Maybe he thinks he's so low he can't find the 3-star task. The 2-star task will do. Is he going to sell more of the Windrunner? Or is he just keeping 1 for the side? He kept Windrunner for the side, and this is interesting. Oh yes, he bought out the Windrunner. Let's see, why did he want the Windrunner? Maybe he wants the Hunters, but he didn't pick up the Beastmaster. We'll figure out soon. Let's see how he does it. Now, Alice123 said he had to meet 2 elves Bishop Knight, then outright lost 3 games in a row. I see guys. Yeah, it's quite difficult, and sometimes I think one of the reasons we lose rank up games is when the nerves gets to us. And because of that, I think this is why it's important to maybe have multiple accounts, also to practice more in different games. Having multiple accounts will be okay. If we lose 1, we still have more accounts to rank up, and playing multiple games to relax ourselves means we'll make more decisions we tend to make less unforced errors. We do see that Pheylop picking up a big unit, which is the Conquer. By picking up the Conquer, he no longer uses that weak X, and because of that, he is going to have a great control and he stopped losing. The big Conquer pickup was because Pheylop started to roll before round 15. He also bought the Lycan, so he's deep into the Warriors. Now, one thing I want to highlight is Pheylop starts spending and when his HP is below 40%. That's an indicator for me as well. I don't really like the round indicator because yeah, I can try to survive the round 15 and then before I know it I'm on 20% or 15%. It's too low of HP for me. I really want to be on above 40%. Once I'm on above 40%, I feel comfortable with my losing streak. But if I'm below, I feel terrible. Notice here, Pheylop is really favoring the economy. He sold the Shadow Thing as well. So what is likely is he does not plan to find a 3-star unit. He just wants the best economy. He wants the best power spikes after round 15, I believe. Let's see how he spent. Usually it will be two waves of spending. What I like to do with my comeback units is that the first wave I'll be spending by leveling to level 7. Maybe next wave I'll be at round 17, I'll be leveling to level 8 as well. Also rolling deep as well. This is the only way to come back, and this is very important because we're so low of HP. So Andrews and 123 said, Matt, I don't care about ranking enough to practice second account. It just makes me angry because I become better player, then my confidence gets destroyed. I see my friend. Yes, indeed. This used to happen to me a few times when I was trying to rank up to Queen as well. Then what happened was I did lose multiple times. My friend said just have a shower, rest for a bit, then come back in half hour and then just play the game as if you're playing a public game. Just have fun and just try things. And when that worked, I feel like I was more relaxed. Knowing a few builds, I was willing to try more things and I started to lose less actually. So I think the key is about how our mental psychic as well with this particular type of game, because when we start tilting, we start to make more mistakes. Let's have a look. Over here, Pheylop is not actually spending. Very interesting. I would think he wants to spend on this round, but maybe he feels strong enough with the amount of 3 or 2-star units he has right now. The Shadow Thing is a big pickup. That's a big nuke damage. It's also a really good single target damage. Pheylop did win here, and he is quite confident to not spend over here. It's likely he'll level up to level 7 and he'll be spending after that. I think my friend AstroGem123, ranking is important, but yeah, of course, in the end of the day, we're here to have some fun with auto chess. So you're absolutely right about not worry about ranking too much. And the key thing is be okay with losing, and we try to learn from the losers. If we learn something from losers, then we'll feel better with losing as well. Not that we like losing, but rather what I'm trying to say is if I said I learned more things, which I actually did, next time when I face the same situation, I'll adjust it because I know I lost over there. Interesting. Pheylop have the 4 beast. So right now he's got double layers of the beast buff. What that means is he hits harder, but the downside is he lost the control of the Conquer. He's not rolling too deep, he's still on 40 gold. And what that means is he either have great confidence in his lineup or he's still a little greedy with economy. I think with one more loss, we'll see a different change of action as well. Can he do it? This is actually so critical. Pheylop just started a winning streak. Winning here will be massive for him. If you guys didn't know, the pure damage from demons really do counter the knights as well. Knights have super armor, but they cannot stop the pure damage. And this is a great win for Pheylop. Round 17, usually people do level up to 7, and we do see a lot of people level up to 7. If we remember, Pheylop's 1 Warlock away from the 3 Warlocks. Let's see what he picks. Hey, that's a Troll Warlord. I'm sure he's gonna pick that one by running the Warriors. He did pass on multiple Beastmaster though. As a big fan of the Beastmaster, I actually like to take down the Venom and put down the Undead and the Beastmaster. But knowing him, maybe the Warlocks will save him in the late game. But he sold the Necro. Interesting. Notice he's going back to the task because now, once he gets stable, he's looking to the 3-star task. Previously, he was so scared about health, he's all in for the economy. What are the top roles for Pheylop? Will be a task, Lone Druid, Troll Warlord, Lycan, and Venomancer. lots of top rolls, it's likely he keep rolling at 40 gold. And Anderson said, Matt, the key of this game is I feel like having an open mind for all units in the game. That's absolutely right, my friend. That's why each time when I start the game, I mention to us the options we have. Not only am helping us with the guides, but also I want to mention to myself what are the crucial units we can find. And we just saw Pheylop finding a few of the top rows I discussed earlier. Is he selling the Juggernaut? He's not selling the Juggernaut. Good, good. He can keep the Juggernaut. He can put down the Juggernaut later. Natural Warlock is a tremendous pickup with the Lycan. Right now, Pheylop is by far one of the top 2 or top 3 strongest players in the game. Because those units don't come easily. That's a 2-star, 4-cost purple unit. And Natural Warlock is going places. Probably the top of the leaderboard as well. See, this assassin player best Pheylop is not going to have a good time. Because Pheylop have warriors. And not only that, he's got a Shadow Thing on the backbone. Warriors are very tanky, while the Shadow Thing deal a lot of damage. That Launcher was too slow as well. What I want to see is what will be a great unit for Pheylop as the 3rd Warlock if it goes that route, because the Warlocks with Troll is still quite relevant. This was the patch after, this game was played after the patch, then the Warlocks should be doing 15% lifesteal, then 10%. Round 20. Usually would want to spin on round 20, but I will be interested to see if he levels up after this round. The comparison between the greed and the comparison between the need to spin is which position do the players aim for. Usually at a losing streak, I tend to spin a little earlier, but I don't aim for the top 2 position. I aim for the 3rd and the 4th, and I try to make it to the 2nd. But by keeping on gold, what Pheylop is doing here, he might be aiming for the top 1 and 2nd position. Let's see how he does it. He is looking at unit compositions during the neutral rounds. Usually this is the best chance to look because the players will be facing neutral monsters, and this allows him to have a good look at what players are having. Maybe he's going to find a Majunia or Maelstrom on the troll as well. Notice that once he gets comfortable, he starts to pick up units for 3 stars. This is a great habit to do because you do want to transition to 3 stars, and that's what wins us the late game. A Doom. Doom's gonna clash with the Shadow Winner. He's leveling up. Good, good, good. Because if he did not level up here, loss will be too detrimental for him. I'll take those Necros. The game says Necros. You can't say no, right? I mean, if you take the Necros, you can sell the Doom. Oh, interesting. 6 warriors, guys. Right here, he's got the 6 warriors. He does not have the... He does not have 1 demon, he has got 2 demons. So both demons are counting each other. And is he getting the Necro? It's going to cost him quite a bit though. He's thinking. He needs 8 gold here. He's winning this round most likely for his great strength. He's not selling, which is a nice thing. Because right now he's winning. He's not missing gold because of the win streak. And also he's favoring potential. If he lost here, it will be very different. It's likely he'll be selling on multiple units. Medusa, I saw the Doom, very nice. Because it does clash with the Shadow Thing. Having 6 warriors is nice, but the downside is the clash. And he already have the 6 warrior without the Doom, but having the Doom he actually had 7 warriors. I think that's something he noticed as well. Yeah, I'll buy the Medusa, because that's a counter to mages. You always want a backbone of units. Oh, that's a very good pickup. Remember guys, the Venom has got Pheylop's items. That crown still gonna do a lot of things for him. And the 3rd Warlock he's gonna get is likely to be the Necro. He saw the Medusa. Interesting. He really did favor the beast over here for the Lycan, Tusk, Venom, and Lone Druid. The reason he saw the Medusa is like it's likely he'll want to head down the Lone Druid for the 4th beast. So he's got 2 choices, 2-star Necro and a 2-star Lone Druid. Notice that he's limiting his variety of choices because he doesn't want to go too far. The furthest spike he can get is finding a 2-star and leveling up for level 9. He might not want to do this if he can comfortably get to 50 gold. He wants to roll for the Tusk and maybe 3-star units. Game Guru 27 says, 247 says, let's say you get goblins early, but what round should you have moved onto a different comp? By round, usually if I get goblins early, by round 15, I'll be looking for different comp. By round 17, I should have multiple different comps ready, because round 17 is the first time it's a true show of lineup composition, which is going to be very important. So by round 17 is a crucial indicator, and by round 21 is the latest. You maybe can get away with if you have really good goblins like Timbersaw, maybe find some alchemists if you have like 2 bounty hunter, but by round 21, if you don't change, it's likely you start to lose a lot of health here. This is when the trolls, the knights, the mages, and even the elves comes into power. Pheylop may be selling more units. Let's see. Juggernaut? It's likely he sold the Juggernaut. There you go. He wants to make the 40 gold. By making the 40 gold, it's likely he's got a better economy. And let's have a look. Right now, Pheylop is on 40 gold. Everyone's on lower economy than Pheylop, and he is level 8 as well. So the win streak really did well for him. And finding that 3-star task, oh gosh, that's a really big pickup. This just turned one of Pheylop's weakest beasts into one of his strongest beasts. On top of that, that's a chunk of health to go through for the enemy, because very soon, even at now with 6 warriors, the task is very tanky. I'm interested if he gives the task this Cloaker to make use of this particular item. Yes, he does, because the cloak will enable the task to be also magic resistant. It's physical and magical resistance. They killed the Lone Druid before he even summoned. That's a 2-star Lone Druid, by the way. But the thing is, if you guys didn't know, the Lone Druid actually have no armor. That's one of the reasons Warrior can kill him. Usually when we have undead versus 0 armor Lone Druid, he melts like butter. The little venomous words is doing a lot of things, but right now what Pheylop wants is send the beast. It's likely he wants a 2-star Lone Druid down really soon. Ooh, you can't say no to the to those kind of lineups, right? Oh, I think it's going to the troll, guys. Yeah, there you go. Usually want an attack damage item on the troll because he is the hard hitter. He does have increased attack speed. I wouldn't be surprised if Pheylop bites the gyro here, but he doesn't need any legendaries. All he wants is the Necro or the Lone Druid. I'm interested if he levels up here. Leveling up here will help him protect health, but not leveling up here, he might be finding more units by rolling. There you go, he buys the gyro because buying different legendaries increase your rates of finding other legendaries. He might not need this one, but maybe he wants Enigma. Notice he's missing 1 Warlock. Enigma could be a Warlock. But of course, a 2-star Necromancer is so much better than Enigma for him over here. He did sell one. Maybe he buys Abaddon. No, he didn't buy the Abaddon. He finds another Venom. They keep going by. Yeah, he's leveling here. Notice one reason with the losing streak is you want to maintain a lead. You want to be always a little stronger than the enemy. I wouldn't be surprised if he actually rolls 1 or 2 here. But it's likely he'll pick from the Lone Druid and the Necro. Lone Druid gives him more damage, while Necro gives him more sustain. So he picks the Lone Druid for the 4 beast over here. Oh, interesting. I was gonna say, would he give to the Venom? If he gives the Venom now, it's quite early game. If he doesn't give to the Venom now, he can leave it for the Medusa, Enigma, or some greater unit with more controls. Now he's pushing further his advantage. I like this because he's so low on health, he can't wait and he can't afford to try to be greedy with the items as well. But you guys saw how dominating he is. He's actually flying. I'm to see someone lost to Pheylop with 13. He's coming over here as well. You can see his face. He's like, did he just lose to me with 13? Massive loss. And I don't think that player is really happy about that as well. Hey there, Button. Welcome, my friend. Great to see you. How are you today? We're casting a Queen level game to focus study one of Pheylop's game. This is a losing streak game. He is a losing streak warriors with beast. And this really shows the potential and strength of warriors. I'm surprised Pheylop didn't buy the train over there. Maybe he'll buy this one? No, he's not. What is he rolling for? He's rolling for a Lone Druid, he's likely. Because he's so far away from the 4-star Lone Druid. He's so far away from 4 Lone Druid, he's just looking for 1 Lone Druid. He's looking for Conquer, Lone Druid, maybe Necro, maybe Lycan. I think the Necro and Lycan will be hard add-on because he's got a perfect lineup right now. The Conquer and the Lone Druid will be really crucial pickups. You might be wondering, why is he rolling because he just won convincingly? Because winning against one player does not mean you will win against every player. We're looking over here. We can see the strength of knights at work. Pheylop does not have enough HP to lose to those knights, and this is a massive loss. 13 health, he's down to 22. That means he's got one get out of jailbreak card. If he loses that one, he will die on 2 losses. No druid, perfect. Did he have a druid prepared? No, he got greedy and he sold his druid. He sold the enchantress for gold. Now he needs to roll for a druid. There you go. Why he was rolling was he had 2 top rolls, which is a... Oh, interesting. Tide. How do you say no to the Tide? See, Tide is a good replacement for the Dota. He only needs 2 of the... Oh, he's got a hood on the tusk as well, I believe. How does he? Maybe he needs another ring. The Tide and Slaughter will give him Naga synergy. What he wants to see is if enemies are actually having enough magic to make this worthwhile. The Tide is a weak 1-star Tide unless he gets the spells off. I wouldn't be surprised if Pheylop sells the... Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Pheylop sells 1 unit for additional gold. Sitting on 30 gold is okay, because right now with the new aggression meta, 30 is the new 50 gold. People are losing to Pheylop massively, which is a great confidence boost for Pheylop as well. He knows his lineup works well with most players except the Knight player. He finds another Druid. Let's have a look. He's running deep. He's running... Oh, finally, he finds a Conquer. This is the last top row for him on this particular board. Other than that, it will be hard for him to roll for anything particularly useful. A little unsure what he was looking for after rolling. Maybe he was looking for Lone Druid, and maybe he was looking for Druids. He's got 2 options. Maybe he wants to save up. Maybe he wants to find another unit like Enigma to fight the Knights. Because right now the Knights, this same Knight player, is going to be a massive scary unit for him. And in comparison to last time, which he lost massively to the Knight, this time he did not lose that badly to the Knights. Randomly 3 items appear from the sky. It's like, take it, Pheylop. Ah yes, I was gonna say, I was wondering if he sells those units, because by the looks of the competition he was facing, oh my god, there's like Christmas, guys. When you receive items out of the sky, I never get those. How do I? I was gonna say, if he finds multiple players that doesn't have mages, it's likely he will not need the Nagas. That's why he sold the Nagas. He's gonna give this to the Venal to make a little dagging, I believe. Because he doesn't need amplification to magic damage, simply because the only thing that does magic is the Shadow thing, I believe, and the Juggernaut. Pheylop did run a losing streak to top 4. Right now the question is, can he go further? How would he go further is 2 things. He can roll for crucial units like Lone Druid for a 3-star Lone Druid, or he can level up to level 10. Let's see what he decides. And after round 31, it's a decider for who's going to be top 3, top 2, and even top 1. Oh my gosh, Pheylop's finding those items like they come so easy, right? Now, Enigma. Is he going to pick Enigma? He does not. Interesting. Oh. This is why he's got enough, guys. He can stop now. He doesn't need additional 100. He was rolling for a little extra one. Perfect. He found almost everything he can think of, or everything we can think of. He's selling everything. He's like, go, go, go. Quickly sell everything. I wouldn't be surprised if he gives everything to Troll. Ooh, Conquer. Interesting. Yeah, the Conquer is positioning to the back against Assassins. And because he's an Assassin player, the Warrior is actually in the back. The Troll is also a Warrior, by the way, guys. He's a tanky DPS. And with those items, this Troll is going places. Top of the leaderboard, he goes. Yes, Assassin players are no match for Pheylop. Right now, the only match for Pheylop is the Knight player. So Pheylop is focused on his Knight. Seeing the Knight losing to Pheylop here massively, he's so happy. That's a 20 HP loss in this stage of the game. Knight was on 72%, now 52%. Ooh, the Doom. It's gonna be an interesting pickup if he buys him. I think he's counting his experience and gold as well. If he levels up here, he doesn't have anything great to add on. What he wants to do is maybe level up very soon, once he's on curve. Now the second thing is, what's a great unit to add on? He's got 2 Warlocks, maybe a 3rd Warlock would be great for him. Something you want to keep in mind is how low HP Pheylop has been sitting up, so a lot of decisions he's making is from the losing streak point of view. He's great against Assassins, great against Trolls, simply because he's a 6 Warrior. With a 6 Warrior comp, he's so tanky against the lineup, the only thing he's scared of is this thing, is Enigma. The great thing is having the 3-star launcher also helps him massively with the 3-star task. Oh, Beast Warrior at work. We love to see a good Beast Warrior because people lose to us so massively. Shadow Thing, interesting. Pheylop did pass on several Shadow Things, and yes, we do see this as well. This is something I want to highlight, is knowing how low Pheylop is, he's waiting for the uncurved leveling, and this is one of them. Oh, he's gonna put down the DP for sure, I believe. There goes the Warlocks. Having the 3 Warlock gives the Chore and everybody lifesteal, and that is lifesteal with everything. So, magic damage, spell casting, normal attack will give you lifesteal, and that should be at 15%. Pheylop is quite happy, and I think that was a definitely good decision. Because he's so low on health, if he loses again, he will lose any potential of coming top 2. But by winning over here, he's even got a good chance of coming top 2, or even top 1 to contest. What the Troll Knights needs to find is a 3-star Luna, and oh, that's Pheylop over. The Trolls needs to find the 3-star units, and also, there goes the Troll. Now, if we remember earlier, there's multiple knights. Having multiple knights means they're colliding with each other as well. Now that one of the knights died, what that means is open up the pool for the other knights. The little frog friend over here is gonna be really happy that the knight died because he's a dragon knight, I believe. He's got a dragon knight, he's got a 3-star bat rider. If I remember correctly, Mono here is the assassin player. Pheylop have no trouble with the assassins. He did lose to the knights before, but in the past few engagements, he haven't been losing. And also here, level 8 for the assassin, level 9 for the knights, and level 10 for Pheylop. So he's got a level lead. And also he's got a lifesteal lead. Being how tanky he is going to be very, very nicely positioned over here. Because the Venomancer, Shadow Thing is actually a great backline of damage. The knights couldn't break his front line, having a 3-star task, 3-star launcher to tank for him. Ooh, more items, the assassin died. So, at this point of the losing streak, it's not about the HP, it's not about the gold anymore, it's about HP. The key is how to adjust for the enemy. Do you adjust by... Oh, Pheylop found a Vanguard on the task, very interesting. He's giving this crown to the Death Prophet for her to cast faster. He's adjusting for the dragons. After that, let's see how he adjusts his lineup. What I think the Knight player needs is a Medusa or something that actually stuns Pheylop. Right now, Pheylop's getting to get away with his units without being stunned multiple times and really overpowering the enemy with his attack damage and his tankiness. Of course, we're rooting for Pheylop here, but I think each time we want to see what we can do in the different players' situation and perspective. Two things the winning streak player can do with the high HP lead is constantly changing his lineup formations to find an angle or RNG angle to defeat Pheylop because Pheylop is on low HP. Let's look at this knight player over here. None of his knights except Rider is 3-star. That is not good. Having such a big lead on this particular knight player, he shouldn't be on such low gold lead. not flying on the player, but I think as an indication. Why do we want that? Because you want to exchange health for gold. You want to maintain 50 gold or 40 gold when you're massively in a lead. This allows you to roll for your 3-star units, and this allows you to go even further and secure your top 1 position because you had such HP and such gold economy lead. But of course, I'm not sure how the player was playing initially. Maybe he got this lead because he's aggressive playing. So not to flame the player, but rather to learn from him as well. Because we're following Pheylop with the losing streak, we didn't have time to look at him. Notice Pheylop start to win less against him. Maybe the player is also finding crucial units. There you go. He's looking for the Luna and the Chaos Knight. The downside is Pheylop have the better economy and the level against him. Game Guru said, the sheer number of items he gets is insane. I know, I never get that much item on my game as well. He's so lucky. Oh, interesting. He sold the Death Prophet, so he loses the 3 Warlocks, by the way. He's in favor of the Lich, because one reason I feel Lich is great against Knights is that Knights are bulky and tanky. But once they lose attack speed, they basically sit in ducks for a while. Downside for Pheylop is, of course, he loses his lifesteal. Oh, let's see. Can Lich do it? Lich is actually getting bounced now. Lich is really happy here. Other than that stuff. So with this particular bounce, Lich would basically lock down any knights he bounces onto. Those knights will be in slow mo because Lich not only does damage with the Channel Force, also Lich would does attack speed slow. Ooh. #1 Froggy player did lose massively to Pheylop. Now it's the question for Pheylop is what does he add on to his team? I think a 2-star Medusa is not bad. Maybe even Crystal Maid. Troll Warlock. Starter? He's not going for starter. Oh, Necromancer will be very nice. 2-star Necro will actually shine against a lot of units. He's gonna put down the Necro. He puts down the Witch Doctor because he's loving his trolls. That moment when you put down a 1-star Witch Doctor at round 38 because you have a Troll Warlord. That's true love for Troll Warlord right there, guys. Oh, that boat. Whose boat is it? It's Pheylop's boat. It did miss the mark. And yeah, the sheer amount of tankiness with Pheylop with the 6 warriors is giving the knights a hard time, because knights are mainly physical damage dealers. If Pheylop tanks up so much they can't do enough damage, the knights don't have enough controls against Pheylop. The Enigma is great, but it's not enough though. Pheylop is not going for the slaughter. He could have a 2-star slaughter by now, maybe a 3-star eventually. Necro would be a big pickup for him. That's probably like maybe me. Pheylop's nope. Oh, let's see, he's running deep. He really wants to push forward. He's looking for the trolls. He found the troll. What I want to see him to do is to take back the Witch Doctor and put down the Troll Warlord, because that's a massive bonus in comparison to the Witch Doctor. But the Witch Doctor does give him the Warlocks as well though, so keep that in mind. I feel the Troll with a Hyperstone don't really need a last Witch Doctor. But you know, anything that hits fast, you want him to hit even faster, right? Wow, Pheylop is winning big time. So right now it's less in terms of the 1 or 2 unit choices, it's because of the massive unit composition choices. The warriors are really countering the hunters and knights in the late game if warriors do have enough of the 3-star warriors. Oh, notice here guys, the knight starts to win back. That means we have an even fight over here, but that fight did win convincingly for Pheylop. Oh, Necro. I think he'll take the Necro and put down the Necro. Witch Doctor's okay, but Necro is just superb. Why is Necro superb? For 2 reasons. One is that Necro will heal his units. The other one is Necro also damage the enemy. Pheylop is a tanky lineup with healing. This healing is basically amplified. So it takes the enemy 2 hits to take down 50 health. The Necro heals like 200 or 300 in every 6 seconds. It's just so hard for the enemy to take down the tankier knights. Because healing is 100% pure healing, while damage down is reduced by armor. Pheylop might have a good chance of winning here because the Necromancer is the unspoken hero. He's got all the mana in the world to be slowing enemies and doing that exact thing. The Troll is gonna get a Maelstrom. Oh my gosh, he is so prepared, guys. Yes, you're absolutely right, my friends, about Pheylop getting multiple items. Sometimes the way to win is also find great items. A highlight over here is to pass items during the round. Once the monster dies, you can't pass items, and then you can't combine 1 round early. Pheylop won that Troll Warlord. He's not buying purple units though. He really won that Troll Warlord. Can he find it? Oh, I wish he can find it. He's not buying purple units. I wish he bought more purple units for a higher chance of finding Troll Warlord. No, never lucky. He rode deep for that troll. He has to give items now. Give it to the troll. He can't die. There you go. He's still rolling. I think he's quite comfortable now. One of the rolling is usually, if it's even a matchup, he won't be rolling. Now, even though he's low on health, he's been winning constantly, so he can afford to go a little deeper for a little more fun. Because if he was winning without the troll with a Majunia, with a Majunia, he's unstoppable. And you guys can see that troll over there, right? Look at him go. Ooh, 4 purple, but no Troll Warlord. So this is something I want to highlight, is if we buy the purple units while we're rolling for the ones we want, there's a higher chance of us finding purple units. I'm not sure how high this will work with Pheylop, but you know, every bit of RNG might help us over there. But I don't think Pheylop needs that. He's so solid. The Knight player is only level 9, while Pheylop's level 10. That's a big difference. I think that Enigma is not going to help. One reason why it's not going to help, because Enigma can gain mana with 2 reasons. One thing is he can gain from attacking and taking damage. If he takes damage, he dies too fast. This one will die pretty fast. Oh, he didn't die that fast. Second thing is, if he doesn't take damage, he will actually not cast fast enough because he will not deal 50 damage on the warriors. Warriors is so good for that, it's unspokenly good, because you can't deal 50 damage, you can't get max mana gain. Pheylop won pretty convincingly on post round. GG, well played indeed. So, let's pause over here. A few things to highlight. This was a very incredible losing streak game. Learning the first part of the game was crucial. How Pheylop leveled up, how Pheylop was spending, how he was spending aggressively to level 8 and 9, how he was rolling for units early. He didn't roll after 15, he rolled before round 15, and also his unit choices. He was contemplating on God's Mages, he was contemplating on few units, but once he found enough 2-star units into the Beast, he was fully committed for the Beast. This is something I want to learn as well, to be more committed to builds once the RNG takes us there. If we are too indecisive, we'll waste too much gold, and during those times with low HP, we can't afford to do that. Thank you so much guys for watching. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think about this Queen level study of the losing streak. To support me further on YouTube, please subscribe and like the video, and also to support me on Twitch, please follow and please use your Twitch primes here. Thank you so much guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.